Hey guys, it's Milka. Welcome back to my channel, NutAeum. It's been a while. How are you guys doing? I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, you guys. I had stuff going on emotionally and what is Allah? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just noticed the selenite is like underappreciated her. Hold on one second. There you go. Sorry, my friend. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. But yes, so a lot's been going on in my life and I'm still kind of overcoming a couple of things, but it's okay. Such is life, right? And I just was not honestly even in the place to be doing videos, so I was gone for some time, but I am back. And hopefully this time more consistently. And yeah, I've got a video for you guys today, which I'm excited to finally be putting something out there for you guys. This one is, I think it'll probably be a bit of a quicker one. It's something that I've done already on this channel before, which was like, why is this happening? And stuff like that, something along those lines. And I just kind of felt the need to do that reading again. Okay. So it's gonna be a similar question. It's gonna be like, why is this happening? Or why did that happen? Why did it happen? Why did it happen the way that it did? Okay. And as usual, we've got 4 groups to choose from, but before we get into our groups, you guys, I do want to let you know all the timestamps are in the description box below, as well as all the cards that I use. Y'all, okay? Like, I had to even get a couple of new cards because from the mold, like some cards, whatever, it's a whole thing. Anyway, let me just also do my little shameless self-plug for you guys, as I know, I'm sure this is probably the thing you missed the most from my readings. But yes, for those of you guys who are interested, I do personal private readings, as well as I make custom crystal bracelets, such as the ones I have on. Okay, I also have more examples of them on my website, which is in the description box below. I also do custom affirmation songs. Here's a little snippet of the most latest one that I have on YouTube, which is not so recent, but still, here you are. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I let go of my past. I am ready to move on. And now I accept that I know I am enough. Okay, and for those of you guys who are interested in any of these services or have any questions or anything along those lines, you can either reach out to me through the contacts page on my website or through my email, all in the description box below. I haven't been active on social media, you guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. But for those of you who are interested about my social media, I do have an Instagram, which the goal is to be more active on it. It is the same as like the YouTube handle. It's just NutAeum, also in the description. And I have a regular Instagram, which is my Milka38 Instagram, which I post also not frequently on, but I'm working on it. I'm also starting a vlogging channel. So I don't know if the first vlog would be up by the time this video is, but if it is, I will link it in the description box below as well. So that was the little self-promo, so let's get into the groups. The first group is going to be 20-6 psychic abilities. Oh, pardon me. Okay, group number 2 is going to be 12-4 compassion. Group number 3 is 3-1 physical body. And then for group number 4, we've got the infinity symbol and limitless. Okay guys, I want to let you know you may have more than one group in this reading, so if you do, you know, feel free to choose whichever whichever, you know, one you feel is also part of your reading. And yeah, I'm going to give you guys a moment to pick. Like I said before, the timestamps are in the description box below. Okay, guys, I'll see you at your reading. Hey group 1, this is your group if you chose 20 to 6 psychic abilities. Okay, I'll set your cards to the side. I just finished shuffling and I'm gonna ring the singing bowl for you. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little out of practice since I've been away for so long. So just bear with me, okay? Also, I'm using a new deck. This Rider-Waite deck that I'm using, it's new because the last one had mold on it. So we're still getting acquainted, okay? We're good. Okay. So, why did this happen in your life, right? So we've got the Queen of Wands, or why did it happen? Yeah. I'm saying it more so for me than for you guys. I know you guys have the title of the video. We have the Empress. Okay. The Star. The Five of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups. You guys have a lot of like individuals here. The Moon, the stars, the moon. Fascinating. You have the Fool. Can you guys see? No, I think I have to raise. Since I had to reposition the camera, the tripod thing, so like I'm just double checking like what is within your sight range in the video. The Seven of Swords, fascinating. The Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands. The Magician. Again, you've got a lot of people, like there's the Queen, the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Empress, the Star, the Magician. Interesting. Okay, then we have the Raccoon, Deer. Ooh, number 5, Orphaned. Haven't used this deck in a very long time. And Sextile with Harmony, Ease, and Compatibility. So give me a sec, you guys, to kind of see what I'm picking up here. All right, group 1. So for you guys, it seems like all of this has to do with your empowerment. Okay, everything that has transpired was meant to show you guys how you have grown. I feel like you guys may have been revisiting a couple of things from the past. I don't know, like it feels like you guys were actually pretty good. Like you were doing pretty well. Like everything just felt stable. It felt a little bit more stable. Maybe you guys were feeling good energetically, and then there was a little bit of a hit, you know. And maybe you guys were like, why do I keep being, I don't know. It's very in between. It's like this time around, you guys didn't lose sight of the fact that you are powerful. That's what it feels like. And that was the reason why it happened. I think this is more so kind of letting you guys know, like, hey, this happened because we wanted you, we as in your guides and team and God, we wanted you to see how far you have come. That you are not just a leaf in the wind. You cannot be easily shaken anymore. You cannot be easily uprooted or disturbed. You have overcome a majority of that. So even if, like I've said this before on the channel too, and I've talked to clients about it as well, but it's kind of like when sorry guys, I've been a little foggy lately, so it may take a minute for me to sometimes say something. So Oh yes, okay. So it kind of makes me think of like if you were on the self-love journey, for example, right? Or let's use fitness. I feel like fitness could be easier. So say you were on a fitness journey and like you tried dieting before and that just did not work. Okay, like you held it up and then afterwards you just kind of fell off the fell off the ladder or whatever, like you fell off the wagon. And it no longer, like, it was really like you fell off the wagon for a few years, right? And then eventually you were like, okay, no, I need to do this again. I need to make a difference in my life. Like, I want to be healthy. I want to be this and this. So you try again, except maybe the first time around, like with beginner's luck, and first time usually tends to be pretty good, you know? So the first time it was pretty successful for a little bit of a longer time. But then the second time around, it's like you could only last like a month or something, you know? And then you fell off the wagon again for another year or 2 or 3. And then again, you get back on the wagon because you still have those core desires. And maybe you lasted a little longer this time, or maybe it was around the same time. And then you get off the wagon again for another year. And then it happens again, except this time maybe you sustain it for a little bit longer, or it comes a little bit more naturally because you've now essentially practiced fitness, you know, doing fitness or how to get back on track with fitness. And then you fall off the wagon again, but then you fell off the wagon for, instead of it being a year, it's like 6 months. And then the next time it's 5, and then the next time it's 3, 2, 1, you know? So that's kind of what they're showing me here. It's like maybe before you had fallen off track for a longer time, there were ways for you to be uprooted. This time around though, it's like you guys are not being uprooted. That's what I keep hearing in my head. This is what we want to show you. That even if you fall off track, you did not negate your progress. You did not lose sight of who you are. You may have kind of like put it on pause, right? Because it doesn't feel like you forgot. It just feels more like a put on pause because like I can't handle this right now. So I'm putting it on pause. But it wasn't even on pause for long. Okay? Because this feels very much like stronger, you know? Whereas maybe before, like since we talked about empowerment, maybe before you guys didn't see your worth as much as you do now. And this time around, it's like even in, you could say, a darker period or point of your life, this has not been lost sight of. Okay? This like strong, radiant, powerful essence has not been, like you have not lost track. I feel like before it was easy for you to be seen as the Queen of Cups. That was you, because you guys would always appear as some kind of, here we're getting a lot of feminine energy, I'll be honest. So since we have the Empress, a queen here, I'll just say queen, but again, this is a genderless reading, okay? But it's like you guys will always appear as like a queen or a king, we could say, fine, okay? You will always appear as that way because that's what you are. It's like your essence is like this Empress, the star, right? It's grand. However, the fact that this was your initial queen, as opposed to like this beautiful fiery Queen of Wands, this like passionate light and soul, right? It's like fire, but we're having the water here. The water feels like your past where the trauma may have been, okay? This was the most empowered you could be, is like the queen of water, the queen of emotions. Okay, so being seen as very empathetic and caring, you know, and understanding of people's emotions. But now and there's no boundaries here. Like this, even though this is a queen, the way that it's feeling right now is like there is no boundaries here. This is just like somebody who is an empath, who feels everything, who self-sacrifices for the greater good or for helping others, you know, who's overly compassionate and like there are a lot of tears and they can't help but be crying, okay? Whereas, so again, this is like the past. This was a default for a long time. This was kind of engraved in the core. Even here you have orphaned, right? So this is, oh yeah, even here, right? Like this person almost looks like they're crying too. So there's this energy of like and the moon, right? Remember I was mentioning the subconscious. Yes, so there's a lot of emotional stuff here. And I feel like this was where you guys were stuck. This was the most royal that you guys got, was the Queen of Cups. But in this sense, it almost feels like the Queen of Cups is the bottom tier queen. This is not the case, you know, there's not really a tier level, I think, in my opinion, but it's just like the way that they're showing it to me. This is the most basic form. Or maybe it's like bottom two, you know, one of the bottom two. And then the Empress would be on the top. The Queen of Wands is on the top too. Okay, so it feels like you guys were in a lower tier. So maybe second to last tier of queens of 5, right? So still technically kind of low. If it's out of 5, it's like 2 out of 5, right? So that was your default for a long time. That's the past. This again feels like the past. So why did this happen? It happened because it was important for you guys to see that even when you fall into patterns of the past, a lot of them no longer serve you and they don't even feel good. Like before, maybe you did something for comfort, but it's like after a couple of days of doing that comfort thing, which maybe you could have binged on before, now it's like it doesn't feel comforting. After a few days, you're just like, okay, I'm tired of this. I need change. I don't want this anymore. You know, it's because you have moved forward. You've evolved like 2 steps up, because your essence is that number 1. Okay. And you guys have painstakingly got there. Like you really have worked towards it. Yeah. So it feels like a really big part of this was almost to kind of show you, to prove to you that you really have moved on. It kind of makes me think of also, you know, like somebody who could be like, well, I'll be ready for a relationship once I have done this, this, and this, right? Like you wanted a relationship your whole life. That's one of your heart's greatest desires. But then you're like, I'll be ready for a relationship when this, this, and this are done, right? And it's like the whole point is you're trying to check things off of a checklist to be good enough or worthy enough so that you are ready for the relationship. But it's not really about being ready. It's more so on some subconscious level, there is a delay being put out there because you don't feel like you're good enough as you are. So there are things that need to be accomplished. Again, this is like the past that we're talking about, right? And I'm giving this as like an example. So, sorry guys, there's the brain fog again. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So all of that was happening. Oh gosh, I was just completely lost train of thought. What was my point? Right. So it's like you guys needed to get ready to be you needed to get ready, essentially. That's kind of how it felt like. But the needing to get ready is just a form of trying to hold yourself back, or your subconscious mind coming up with excuses to keep staying stuck in this place that it's known all its life, right? So it feels like you guys are now into a place where it's like, we want you to see that you are ready. Now that you are embodying that true nature, it's like the mentality shifts from I need to accomplish this, this, and this before I can be in a relationship or whatever. Because on some level, for a lot of people, not all, but for a lot, it tends to do with worthiness, right? Well, now it's like, well, I'm all of this and everything else can be worked out as I go along, you know, like I don't need to wait for the perfection anymore. I don't need to wait for that fit body in order for me to be in that relationship that I'm looking for. I know there was that weird pause, you guys. I really hope that you guys kind of got the point that I was trying to make. Oh, this is annoying. This isn't the first time in a reading where I've had the brain fogginess, but like it's been a while. It's okay. We can chug through. Chug through? Is that the word? Whatever. But yes, so I hope you guys got what I was saying. Basically, they're kind of saying it's like we wanted you to see that you were always good enough. You were always capable. You were always able. You were always deserving, right? It was just you guys were so stuck here that it was something that was, it's like you kept it from yourself. Yes, divine protection was intact because the thing you would have attracted from this kind of a place would not have been so great, but it was like you guys keeping it from yourself. And now you have finally gotten to a point where you are no longer keeping things from yourself because you can see your true, you know, like even in those lowered states, it's like, no, I still know my worth. I still know at the end of the day, after like 3 days of like sulking, like this is not me anymore. I can't do this. So this all happened because it was meant to show you that you guys still did not lose your power. And I feel like maybe this time around there could have been a little bit more frustration involved, or like anger triggers as opposed to like crying triggers. Okay? And that also feels like progress, because before it was kind of like, I can't do anything, and it falls a little bit into victimhood. Now it's like anger because it's like, I'm being mistreated. This is not right. You don't have the opportunity, not even opportunity, what's the word? You don't have the right. You don't have the right to treat me this way. You know, so there's like a difference there. There's an evolution there. So, because negative emotions, you can't avoid them, right? In the human experience, we're meant to experience a plethora of emotions, so they're unavoidable. But the fact that you guys have evolved to the next state of being able to kind of, it's like you're doing it more discerningly, you know? You're not backing down. You're not going into hiding. You're not looking for a crack in the wall for you to go into and kind of wait it out for another 3-5 years. You guys are done with that phase. The cracks have been essentially, for the most part, patched up. And even those tiny cracks, it's like you got into a point where you're like, the cracks don't do anything for me, so I'm not even looking for them anymore. Though maybe I may want to touch a crack. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? No. Touch a crack. But, you know, you may want to touch like one of those in the wall or whatever, just kind of out of nostalgia or memory, but not in the place anymore to try to hide in them. So that was very... I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. Like, I'll just leave it at that. But let me see what else I'm getting here as well. Why did this happen? Yeah, you see the Magician. Yes, I wasn't really paying attention to these cards here, but the Magician is this master, right? And again, there's like this more assertive, like, look at how powerful you guys are. That power is innate. It is your soul. But because of the traumas or dramas that you guys have experienced firsthand, or, you know, like on the second hand or whatever it may be, it's like it brought you guys into this shell, or into this like illusion of being a cowering being, which you are not. And so now that you guys have done all of this beautiful, incredible empowerment work, it's like this all happened to show you like this is stable, this is sustainable for you. That's it. Like, you really are done with that chapter. And also, like, you should feel proud of yourself, because look at how quickly you came to that realization. It didn't take you an additional 5 years or 3 years or even like 5 months. Like, you got it within a few months, like within a couple of months, within a few weeks for some of you guys. You should be really proud of yourself. Reflect back on how far you've come to see like you really are limitless. I know there was a limitless group here somewhere, but I feel like you guys are limitless. Like, you have the Fool and the Seven of Swords. Maybe before you guys stood out, okay, from the crowd, before it was a broken standing out. But how are you, like, look at this leadership potential and energy. If you guys have such a huge energy and presence, like this magician card, the king, the two queens, the empress, the star, right? If you have such a big presence, right, whereas before maybe there was the whole playing small, here it's like, it's almost as though you know, like a kid in school who's always like the outcast, and so it's broken here, or like the outcast amongst their family, they're different. But later on in life, the fact that they're different and that they stand out from the crowd means that they are the leader. And these are the people that they're shepherding. You know, so it's like that perspective has been shifted. It's no longer the hurt and the pain of isolation, but the, like, you guys have grown. That's basically the main message here. And even with the Fool is to kind of show you, like, you guys have a very open road ahead of you. Endless possibility. You have finally surpassed, like, you have finally passed that place. And it's not to say that these things will never come up for you again. It's just the impact of them is not going to be like what it was for that first chapter of your life, or second chapter of your, you know, that chapter of your life, for those years that it had lasted. It's not going to be like that again. Okay. Because now you really are onto new ventures. The fact that we also have the here, right, harmony, ease, compatibility. It's like this was all meant to like, everything that was happening was to show you guys how far you have come. And I think that you may have some people, for some of you guys, that may be saying like, oh, you are being so egotistical, or like so this or so that, which would have initially made this Queen of Cups go into those cracks in the wall, or like try to make themselves small, like this orphaned card, right? Or masquerading as a Page of Cups. But now you guys are like, I'm not being egotistical. I'm just asserting my boundaries. And the fact that you're seeing it that way, like, again, there seems to be a little bit more aggressiveness, but it's not a bad thing in this case, okay? And it's kind of like the fact that you guys are seeing it that way, it says more about you than it does about me. You know, like that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. You're not backing down anymore. It's a big deal. Yeah, and I feel like, one second, I'm trying to see what I get from the raccoon. Yeah, that here, it's all saying like that old chapter, that old story is done. You guys are a powerhouse, okay? And you know it. It's like maybe before you knew like 1%, and now you guys are at a place where you know like 75%. And you can't even compare your potential from somebody who only knows 1% to somebody who knows 75%. You know what I mean? It's like huge. And you guys know that you're powerful now. But I feel like the extent of your power, you guys only know like 75 to 80% of it. Like there's even more than you can grasp or fathom, you know? But yes, back to the raccoon. What do you mean? And for some reason, I'm being shown the fact that raccoon has 2 C's next to each other, 2 O's next to each other, and then deer has 2 E's next to each other. Interesting. Sorry guys, give me one more moment. Yeah, even with raccoon and deer, it kind of feels like similar to what I was saying before. This raccoon is giving me the image of like hiding in the cracks. like that self-defense hiding in the cracks, not sure if you need to run or not. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this raccoon. And this deer, on the other hand, look how bright the background is and vibrant, and it's like glowing like a halo in just this pure form. And it's like this, again, this is the transformation. This is the you now. The hiding, it's almost like, you know what it makes me think of as well? Like, for example, right? Say you used to love cheese, and then you went vegan for like 10 to 15 years and or dairy free, and then you finally have cheese again for the first time, and you eat it, and you're like, maybe the first bite you're like, oh, this is good, and then the second bite you're like, honestly, I can live without it. You know, like, it's not doing anything for me. But before, you used to, like, cheese was like your blood, you know? So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. It's almost like that old pattern. Like, I know I'm repeating myself, but that old pattern of the way that things, the way you used to handle things and the place that you used to go into based off of what people said and all this stuff, it just doesn't do it for you anymore, you know? It's like on some level, part of you maybe wanted to, for the final time, go there again. But I don't even think you fully went there. But like it's almost like you were heading in that direction again. But you're like, honestly, I don't really feel comfort from this anymore. Like, it doesn't feel comfort. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like, I feel indifferent to it, you know? I don't need this anymore. I can finally put it down. So yeah, let's use the dice as the final message too. But overall, group one, it seems like this was more so to show, the reason that it happened was because it was meant to show you guys how far you have come, how much you have evolved, and that you're ready. You're ready. Okay? For whatever it is that you are wanting to pursue or go for, it's like you're ready. You're finally there. You're as ready as you can be, and everything else you will acquire along the way. But your energy, all of this stuff, it's ready. You don't have to, like, if you wanted to pursue a career in the spotlight, right? And you're just like, oh, but I need to be ready to receive criticism. I need to be ready to do this. And it's like, yeah, you guys, you're good enough. You're at a good enough place for you to just start, and everything else will be learned along the way. Yes, final messages for group one. Okay, we've got 19, which is the sun. The number 6, Mars and Taurus. Yeah, Taurus, like the Empress. Again, Taurus is a fixed earth sign, so you could say one of the most stubborn earth signs. And remember how I said you guys are not a leaf in the wind anymore. Like, it's not so easy to shake you. So Taurus being an earth sign and fixed, I feel like goes perfectly with this, because it's kind of like indicating the same thing. You guys have gotten a little bit more of a grasp of that, like, self-worth. And it's like, you're like, I'm not moving. Like, I sat down and that's it. I'm not moving. You can't move me with your words, okay? So that's kind of what it feels like here. With Mars, it's funny too, because even though we have all this feminine energy up here, the masculine is coming through here with the King of Wands and the Magician. So I did put the Mars card, the Mars die here. Again, this is kind of like that aggression that I was mentioning. I was saying, like, it's not a bad thing, because like, this, it's not like you're oppressing people or anything or being mean. It's like you're just defending yourself. So this doesn't feel like a bad thing. It just seems kind of like that drive is there. That fiery drive is there. Okay. And that passion is there too. So it's kind of like, okay, come on, get up. Now start moving towards it. You also have 19, which is the sun. Again, there's like that heat. There's a lot of fiery kind of energy coming through here for you guys. So the sun, you have the star, the moon, and the sun. It's very beautiful. This is, again, talking about how vibrant you are. And the 6th house is making me think of work ethic. So remember how I said you guys are ready? It's like, you guys are ready. Just start going for it. That's kind of what it feels like the 6th house is saying as well. It's like, you guys are finally ready. I feel like you guys have started going for it too. And this is more so just reassurance now at this point too. But yeah, group one, that was your reading. I'm sorry for the awkwardness, you know. I think this is maybe my initiation back into doing YouTube videos again. And whatever this brain fog is that is kind of passing now. But yeah, that was your reading, group 1. Good job. Like, you really have accomplished so much, and I know you guys are proud of yourself and your guides are proud of you. And I'm proud of you too, and I hope you guys feel even more proud after hearing this confirmation, which I feel like you didn't even need the confirmation, because I think you probably have heard it in another video. For some of you guys, like, I feel like there's a couple of people here who have heard this in another video already or something. But you know, it's always good to have somebody, it's always nice, not good, but it's always nice to have somebody like talk you up. So yeah, you guys are doing really great, and you guys are a very powerful soul, okay, with a big purpose and mission, and go for it. Like, you've got all the green lights, okay? I don't even feel like you guys are really going to be getting too many red lights. If anything, it'll just be yellows to kind of slow you down, and then greens again. So yeah, that was your reading, group 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. If you guys are interested in any of my other readings or videos, I would appreciate also, I mean, only if you want to, if you guys subscribed, because that would also help out the channel and you'd be informed next time I post a video. It should not be as long apart as this one is from the last. Also, for those of you guys who are interested in any of the custom crystal bracelets or custom custom affirmation song or a personal private reading or anything of that sort, again, you can reach out to me through the contacts page on my website or through my email, all in the description box below. You guys can also say hi to me on Instagram or yeah, in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. How have you guys been? How are you doing? You know, hi. But yeah, that was it for today, group 1, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys, wishing you lots of love and light. Bye. Hey group 2, this is your group if you chose 12 to 4, compassion. I feel like you guys could have been, or you guys are one of the groups that has people that chose more than one group, because while I was shuffling, I accidentally said group 4. So for those of you guys who were thinking about group 4, maybe that's your confirmation. Confirmation. Okay. Let me bring the singing bowl for you guys. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know I am experiencing a little bit of fogginess at the moment, so I hope you guys can be a little forgiving if there are some pauses or it may take me a moment to get my point across. But yeah, let's get right into your reading. So the question is, why did this happen? Or why did it happen? Yeah, that's just it. Okay, we've got Ace of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, Pentacles, the King of Swords, the 3 of Wands, the Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles. Let's shift it all on down. Just a little bit of your love. Well, who sings that? Oh, I think that's Ariana Grande, right? Oh no, but it was written by Harry Styles. Something like, I don't know. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles. You guys have a lot of pentacles. What the heck? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you also have Temperance. 10 of Swords. Interesting. The only suit you guys are missing is Cups. The Hermit. The Magician. The Sea Serpent. Wow, so this is a big lesson for you guys. The Wolf. Exchanging Gifts, number 27. Ooh, Equinox, commitment, integration, and shifts. Okay, why did it happen? It's so funny that you guys got the Lovers, and I'm seeing like commitment. And while I was shuffling your cards, part of me was wondering, will there be a love reading somewhere here? I'm not saying this is a love reading, but it's just, I don't know, it's funny that I'm picking up some of that stuff here. Okay. Give me one moment to see what I'm seeing. Yeah, this was a very big lesson for you guys. The thing that happened. Oh, compassion. Haha, lol. Okay. Yeah, this was a very big lesson for you guys, but I'm not getting that it was about balance. Okay, this feels like it was a very big lesson about balance for you, and giving and receiving. Okay, I feel like you guys were on the giving end for too long. Like this Ten of Swords feels like somebody who has been taking on other people's problems for a very long time. And the reason that this happened was, I think, to drive you guys to a point where you can no longer take it, where you can no longer do it anymore. It's like you were meant to learn how to receive in this. For those of you guys who are wondering about a connection, you guys were meant to learn how to receive in this connection. And I think it was like, whatever the situation was, it was the first, it feels relatively close to like a first step of you guys learning how to truly receive, or allowing yourselves to sort of receive, but there's still part of you guys that denies it or rejects it. But maybe you'll reject it 3 times and then you'll take it, or like 4 times and then you'll take it. Yeah, because with the equinox, it feels like a very big shift. It feels like a very big shift for you guys. And when I saw the sea serpent, I knew as well. And the sea serpent in this deck, to be honest with you, it makes me think of the throat chakra. But this is actually the sacral chakra, okay? And again, it's kind of like, it's making me think of that giving and receiving and that self-worth. You guys have... It's okay. This is a genderless reading, but for some reason, they're kind of, it's a very weird analogy, okay? Very specific, but it makes me think of like, I guess you could use it for men too, but like sexually, I'm not saying that you guys actually did this, but this is the analogy. It's like sexually having like letting people just kind of walk in through your bedroom door, and it's like, even though maybe you like, there may have been a desire to do something or to feel something, it's like you don't really feel a connection with them. And it's just, I'm like seeing a lot of people entering sexually, and it's like at the end of the day, you guys just feel drained, and none of these people gave to you, you know? It's like you would have thought in that situation that it was actually mutual, but it's not mutual. It's like you were taken from energetically, but you got nothing back. And that's kind of what it feels like. So for those of you guys who have been sexually active, like it feels as though maybe this could also be something that was lingering energetically within you from your previous relationships or previous sexual encounters. Because, oh yeah, like again, the sea serpent, the sacral chakra, like this feels very much kind of like being used in that way a little bit. And even if it wasn't sexually, it could also be emotionally. Okay, emotionally used and kind of drained, and it's like you had to hear everybody out, but no one would hear you out, you know. And for every 10 drops of water, you would give away 9.5, and you would only have half a drop of water, you know? And sometimes you would say, maybe I might be able to last until the next ration of 10 drops is given out, you know? And I don't think you guys are at a point where you're giving out the full 10 drops anymore. Maybe you give out 8 drops or 7 drops, but it feels like that was a very big lesson for you guys. So that's the reason why it happened. You guys needed to learn what compassion is. I feel like you guys can think of you probably think of yourselves as compassionate and very caring, and you guys are, but at the same time, you're not really. And what I mean, and I don't mean to say it in an offensive way, okay? And I don't mean to make it so lighthearted that it feels like I'm not acknowledging you guys, because that's not the case at all. It's just that compassion was only heading out, but being truly compassionate also means being compassionate to yourselves, you know? So you guys are like halfway there, but you because you have that compassion for others, but you deserve it too, you know? It's admirable that you guys want to contribute and help people and all of this beautiful stuff. But if you don't take care of yourself, or if you don't receive yourself, how are you going to have anything left in you to continue to sustain yourself so that you can keep giving to others or keep assisting or helping others, right? You guys have been overworked to the brim. So self-compassion is a must. I feel like you guys experienced kind of like, some of you guys could have had a little bit of a breakdown, like you guys were broken down a little bit. For some of you, this kind of feels like a 50-50 split now, how you guys experienced whatever this is. But it was meant to give you a glimpse of what you deserve, a glimpse, which means you guys deserve so much more. Pardon moi. But yes, so let me see what else I'm getting here. Yeah, and it also feels like you guys are going to start getting the results that you're looking for once you give yourself that compassion. Like if you're so tired, and if you have like a goal that you're working towards, right? But you're so, like, you've overworked yourself and you just keep pushing yourself and you're so tired, what you're really doing on some level is kind of wasting your own time, because when you're so tired to that point, it's like you're less likely to actually be productive in the work that you do. You know what I mean? You're probably going to be kind of like pausing a lot or making mistakes because you're so tired, and like fumbling and having brain fog. So really, that 24 hours that you decided to keep working is not really helping you, because now the next day you have to redo a lot of the things that you did. So it's like extra work, as opposed to if you had just taken a break for that 24 hours, then the next day you would have been rested and like working at 100% capacity, you know, as opposed to like 5% because you needed a break and you didn't take it. So it kind of feels like this is sort of interwoven. Like you guys are conscious or aware of the fact that you guys deserve more or need more, and you're working towards it, towards putting that into practice. But yeah, so that's why it feels like it happened, because it's like you guys are meant to really see like, hey, come on now, looky here, right? It was for that introspection, to realize that you guys deserve what you give out. You deserve the effort that you put in. You deserve like to take a break and have someone else take the wheel, and you not having to worry that they're gonna mess it up or whatever, you know? Let me see what else I'm getting here. And I feel like this is happening, like it happened for you guys to be able to sort of be at a point where you're just like, okay, I want this. Like, I want somebody to kind of help me be able to handle this, or I want whatever the other scenarios may be, you know? This is just the example. It's like, okay, I want somebody to be able to take control for those days when I need off, you know, like a supervisor or a manager, if you're like the owner of a company or whatever. You're like, I want to hire an assistant who is competent enough. Whereas maybe before you're like, I have to do everything myself because it's my vision, my project, my baby, whatever. But now it's like, okay, I need to start delegating, or I want to be able to delegate, right? And the fact that you guys are in a place where you kind of want that now means that you're opening up to the idea and the practice of actually doing it and receiving it and all of this stuff. So this happened because it was meant to get you guys to a point where you're just like, okay, I want this, so that you're getting closer to being ready to actually receive that. Okay? Yeah, that was, you guys had a little bit more of a simple reading. So I hope that, I'm going to do final like message with the dice here. But yeah, even here you see the wolf. It's like the hermit, the wolf, the lone wolf, the hermit doing, it's like going inside, being recluse. The wolf is doing it on their own. And for you guys, it's about like, okay, coming together. You're not like partnership, right? Commitment, integration. Commitment is making me think of partnership. The Lovers is partnership. Working together, not just being the only one in charge, everything keeps falling on you, but being able to finally get to a place where you can have like an in-between, like an actual break, not like I can't take a break because I don't know if the people are going to be doing their job right. You know what I mean? But on some level, subconsciously, it's also because you guys want to have control. And you don't want to, like, on some level, there's a part of you that denies that for yourself, you know, like it's not just a simple, it's not just like a, well, this is the truth, you know, like this is the way it is right now. But I feel like it's the way that it is right now because there's like a subconscious thing that you guys are getting towards unraveling and kind of overcoming, okay? Also, for those of you guys who are interested, I have a healing meditation, not that I did, but it's somebody else, linked in my description box below, okay? I feel like a couple of you guys may benefit from that meditation. It's for healing abandonment wounds for the inner child, and I feel like this could help you guys kind of, I don't know, for some of you guys, I feel like, honestly, I feel like that video helps a lot of people. But yeah, for those of you guys who maybe feel a little drawn to that, it's in the description box below, okay? And if you do it, I would love to know how it went for you guys in the comments. Okay, so now you guys have got Pisces, the North Node, 1 and 11. Wow. Pisces is the end. And then next is the beginning. And you guys have one. The beginning, new direction. North Node is that true purpose. Remember I said I was using a career example, and it's funny that I was doing that because this also, like, it just kind of was a thing that came through, and this, when I looked at it again, made me think of the career. So there is that aspect where for some of you guys, maybe it is like going about striving for something, or if some people it really is a relationship, you know. It's this is a general reading. But give me 1 second. Let me see what else I'm getting with these dice. Yeah, with the Pisces and the 11, it's like the time for change has come. Okay? You guys are very intuitive and you're very guided in your vision. It's just, it's going to take a lot longer to get there if you do it the way that you had been doing it, with the mindset that you kind of felt like that you have embodied from your childhood. Okay, that mindset is not the mindset, or like from your younger years, that mindset is not the mindset that's going to get you to the place you want to be at. Okay, you guys are going to get there. It's just, it's that shift, that perspective, right? So you guys are getting there. That's good. With 1 and the Magician being here, this is kind of like that infinite possibility for you guys. Okay, so the 1 is also a new beginning. And the North Node is making me think of like this new approach, this new way of doing it is the thing that's going to get you guys to that goal, to that dream, to that purpose, whether it is a person, a place, a a career, a relationship. Okay. But yeah, that was your reading, group 2. I think it was quick. I'm not really sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is not, I don't know, at least on my end, it doesn't feel like the way that I normally do videos. So I hope you guys can pardon me for that, but it is just because of everything that's been going on. And hopefully next time around, I will be more kind of in. Like, I feel like this is me being reintroduced into YouTube, you know? But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. You know, is this about a relationship? Was this about a career goal? You know, I'm curious. Did you guys try the meditation? For those of you who have felt called to, like, I would love to hear from you guys if you're open to sharing. Also, I'm going to be coming back onto a regular schedule, so if you guys are curious or interested in seeing my other videos, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. Obviously you don't have to, but it would be nice as it would help support the channel. Also, if you guys are interested in a personal private reading, a custom crystal bracelet, or a custom affirmation song, you can reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website or through my email in the description box below. I would also love to see you guys on Instagram if you want to come say hi. Yeah, that's about it for you guys today, group 2. So I'm wishing you guys so much love, okay? So much light, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3. This is your group if you chose 3 to 1 physical body. I'm gonna set your card to the side and I'm gonna ring the singing bowl for you. That was pretty loud. You guys got a loud one. Okie doke. Let's get straight into your reading. You guys have got Justice, the 9 of Swords, the Moon, the High Priestess, the 9 of Swords. Oh, you got it twice. The Page of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Page of Pentacles again. Wow, you guys are the first group to be getting doubles. Oh, that's the page. Sorry, this was the Knight. The Knight. But you do have doubles, and you are the first group to have the doubles. Okay, then we have the Emperor. Ooh, the Devil. Interesting, because you guys actually have the Devil on the bottom of the deck of this card, of this deck too, the Rider-Waite. The 6 of Wands, the Daughter of Pentacles, so that is the Page of Pentacles again. So yeah, that is a double. 2 doubles. The Stingray, the Deer, Chaos and Conflict number 33, and what do you know? 3 is a double 3. And Conjunction, Integration, Synergy, and Unity. Give me 1 sec, guys, to see what I'm picking up. Why did group 3 experience this, or why did this happen to group 3? Let me just straighten out the cards here. Why did this happen to group 3? Oh, it's feeling a little chilly. Okay. You know, when I was shuffling and I put down the Rider-Waite deck and I saw the Devil card on the bottom here, I thought it was interesting because you guys chose physical body with this red, the root chakra. And 3 to 1, that adds up to 4, right? So, I was pointing at the Devil card again, but it's the Emperor, which in this Here you've got the red. It's almost, actually, this is like the same red, kind of. Not really. No, but it's still red. The Emperor with the poppy and this red color here. And then you have the Devil card, technically kind of twice. So let's talk about it, okay? Because you also have the Nine of Swords twice. And the Page of Pentacles twice. And then you have chaos and conflict. So the first thing that came to mind when I saw the devil card on the Rider-Waite deck, and I was brought back to the fact that you guys chose physical body with that root chakra, there is an element of fear and stress and worry, right? Worry, doubt, fear, that shakes your foundation, your sense of stability. And I feel like whatever was happening had to do with this. So give me one more moment. Actually, oops, sorry guys, I have hiccups, or I had a hiccup. Hopefully that's it, but give me one sec, guys. Okay, I feel like the reason that this happened was because for you guys, it is very important to overcome this mindset of like a glass half empty. I feel like some of you guys may feel as though you are not pessimistic. And I'm not saying that you are, I'm not here being like, you guys are pessimistic, but it feels as though there is this, I don't know, it feels more like subconscious, you know? It's almost like when somebody, okay, say you're up for an award, right? And you got nominated for an award. And so you're sitting in the audience while they're going to say who is going to win. And you guys in your head are like, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, you know? But you're doing it as a form of self-protection. Because if you find out that if you hope that you would win and then you didn't win, you would be even more disappointed than if you kind of started convincing yourself that it's probably not you. You know what I mean? So it almost feels like that's what I mean with the view needing to shift from the glass half empty. So it's like you guys are doing it as a form of self-protection, right? So there is that aspect of fear involved, or like scarcity, and that is what the root chakra is all about, right? It is about security and stability. So that fear and that anxiousness and that kind of like, there's this essence of worry or having a hard time sleeping or distress. Like this is a general reading, you know, so it is varying, but this all kind of seems to be coming from a subconscious place. Okay, the High Priestess and the Moon are kind of giving off that vibe. It's a secret place, a subconscious place. And even here, the King of Swords, right? This is the mind. So it feels like the chaos and conflict really is more so in your mind than it is on the external. And the moment that perspective gets shifted, it's like your life shifts, you know? It's almost like if you were, say, for example, if you wanted a cake, right? And you told your parents, I want cake, but they said no. But they plan on making the cake anyway, right? So what they say is, after telling you no or whatever, they'll give you a list of things to get at the grocery store. And they're like, go to the grocery store. And you're like, but like, I don't want to go to the grocery store. And they're like, you have no choice, go to the grocery store, you know? And then you go out and it starts raining too. And you're just like, and it's raining. But you're going to the grocery store, by the way, to get the ingredients for the cake that you want. Okay, but your parents made it seem like you're not getting that cake, so you don't realize you're getting the ingredients for the cake. Or even if you knew it was for the cake, you're still like, I have to get the ingredients. You know what I mean? So it's like that mindset of like, oh, and then it starts raining. And you're like, and it's raining now, you know? And it's like that walk to the grocery store is going to feel like you're walking 10 miles, even if it's a 5-minute walk, if you're going in with that mindset. But if you start walking and you're like, well, I could either be upset or, you know, I could enjoy the fact that the air is nice. Oh, it's raining? Oh, I didn't take an umbrella, but I guess, you know, rain is pretty and it's cleansing or whatever. So I can take it as, even if you're saying it sarcastically, you know, but I can take it as an energetic shower, a spiritual shower or whatever. You know what I mean? That automatically will make your journey quicker and a little bit more enjoyable. So again, it's down to perspective. So it's a little harder for you guys because this is more subconscious. The core of it is more subconscious, but you guys are on your way towards overcoming it because you do have the victory card here. Look, it's a butterfly, it's transformation, it's the 6 of Wands. Okay. Give me one sec, you guys. Yeah, and even here, the Emperor. The Emperor is like, because the Emperor is the number 4, right? It's like that stability, that foundation, that security. And on some level, there's a sense of mastery of the material or mastery of the physical. Not exactly the same as the Magician. The Magician has a different type of mastery, but there is this kind of like overruling kind of energy over the physical. And then you guys chose physical body, right? So that is already more prominent with the material world focus. Let me see what else I'm getting here. Yeah, even here with the stingray, you guys have 2 rainbows showing. Oh, actually, okay, you have rainbow with the Daughter of Pentacles, you have rainbow with the stingray, and you have a rainbow in this 10 of Cups, which is on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, and you know what's funny too? The funny thing is, you're the only group where I pointed out that an element was missing, or a suit, like a, is it a suit? I don't know. Yeah, we'll say an element was missing, right? The cups. And on the bottom here is the 10 of Cups with that rainbow. So you've got the rainbows coming in. The rainbow is talking to me about ascension, like you guys moving past something, that new beginning, hope, positivity. Look, the butterfly is transformation, okay? And the deer is, it's like the zebra was pretending to be a giraffe, and now it's finally stripping away those the pretend giraffe fur and coming back to being a zebra and kind of just being like, this is what I am. And I feel like you guys, by doing this step that we were talking about, are becoming this like deer, which look, oh, and it's funny because the deer is here too, right? But it's like this deer has the rainbow, that hope. It starts with that hope, that faith essentially, and then it ends with this beautiful kind of just peace and prosperity and fertile energy kind of being around you guys, and just happiness and joy. So yeah, it almost feels like this is something that happened because it was meant to show you, or kind of in a little bit of a painstakingly way for some of you guys, push you into realizing that these things are not going to stop until something changes within you. Okay, and I'm sorry of saying it in like a harsh way. I don't mean to sound like I'm not considering, you know, that this is difficult, because I get that it is, right? Essentially what you're being asked to do is have faith and not give in to the self-defense mechanism of kind of shutting things down, right? That are positive or that are good or that are hopes or whatever. You know, it doesn't mean that you'll never experience disappointment. And look, this is one of the hardest things to do, is to have that blind faith and true faith, not just like on the surface level, but having it subconsciously too. So I feel like that was the reason why you guys are kind of overcoming this. It feels like you guys are still kind of like that situation is not done for you. Like this chapter could have ended, but another thing maybe somewhere in the background or from the past or whatever that's kind of similar. And it's only going to shift once that perspective shifts, once you guys focus on shifting that that mentality. So I feel like for you guys, you're not 100% out of the woods just yet, okay? And don't be afraid of the Devil card coming up twice. This is literally, it is the representation. One of its representations is fear and insecurity and the ego and like self-sabotage and how we hurt ourselves and anxiety, right? Which you have the presence of that here, okay? You guys have allowed fear to kind of continue to be there. So I feel like God is trying to show you there is another way. And I feel like consciously some of you guys know that, but it's time to start integrating it into the subconscious. And that can only happen with healing and time, right? It's not going to work first attempt. It's not going to it's most likely not going to work second attempt, because you've been living with that in your subconscious for so long. Why would just, 1 week of spiritual work completely clear that? So it's going to take a little bit of time of you guys convincing yourself, right? Because that's essentially what it is. You're going to be convincing yourself. You're going to be proving to yourself like, hey, we can let go of this past way of being or doing, okay? Yeah, integration, synergy, and unity. Integration, that's exactly what I mean. It's like you guys are already on the path of kind of getting there. I feel like maybe some of you may not want to hear this, because you're just like, what? There's still more? But it kind of feels like that, to be honest with you. It feels like it happened because the universe keeps trying to show you like, hey, we want you guys to look deeper, to go deeper, okay? Into the subconscious. It's like maybe the parts that you dived into before, it's kind of like I mentioned this in other videos before, but like, in school and like middle school, you start learning about World War II, right? And then in high school, you learn about World War II again, except it's going to be in a little bit more detail. And then you go to college or university and you learn about World War II again, except this time it's like a whole semester just on World War II. You know what I mean? It's like every single time you go deeper and deeper. And I feel like you guys went into the subconscious stuff. Maybe you touched on it, or like you were made aware of it. And then there wasn't too much practice of the knowledge that you have gained. Like there wasn't too much practice of what it is that needs to happen. Like it wasn't integrated into your every being. You just are consciously aware of it. It's just like logical knowledge, but it's not integrated into your essence, into your core, into your way of living, into your being, So I feel like that's what you guys are heading towards, and that's what will be the thing that shifts your life, okay? And will shift and keep these situations from repeating. And sometimes the universe will still bring up a situation that is similar to the past, just to show you the final time, like you are actually over it. Okay, so for those of you guys that maybe needed to hear that, I'm sorry that it's not the most pleasant, but I hope that you were able to really receive that message, because you guys deserve to be living worry-free and fear-free in a more blissful way. It's like a birthright, So, yeah. Okay. That feels like the main gist of it. And this is so weird, but I haven't eaten meat in like 10 years. But yeah, actually it's been 10 years. But for whatever reason, like maybe even like 16 or 17 years ago, it was like 16 years ago or 15 years ago, I used to eat this sandwich, okay, from the deli. And it was like white bread with mayonnaise and honey turkey, Swiss cheese, lettuce, and tomato. And for some reason, I just got this whiff of taste in my mouth of like that honey turkey with the mayonnaise on white bread. And I don't know. Is somebody eating a sandwich? If you're eating a sandwich or you're thinking of getting one, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. If there's that one person, because I just like it, the taste is gone, you know, but for like a moment it was so strong. Okay, now we have the 12, we have the number 12, we have the North Node. Oh, this switched to 17, but this is 7. And Libra, interesting, 7 and Libra. Libra is the 7th house, or the 7th house is Libra. And then you have 12, which is Pisces, and that's also the High Priestess, gives me that vibe. And then we have North Node. 12th house is also the house of hidden things. The High Priestess also talks about hidden things, and then you've got the Moon. So again, this kind of feels like you guys are really overcoming the, you guys are coming to a place where it's like it's not that you are forced to do it, okay? You get to do it. That is the shift, right? It's like that walk I was telling you about to get the ingredients for the cake. It's not that you're being forced to go get ingredients or whatever. You get to take that walk. You get to enjoy the fresh air. It's a shift in perspective. It's not that, oh, another chore for you to do, another healing for you to do. It's a, you know what? I may have been upset for a moment, but that's okay. I acknowledge that, but you know, it is a privilege that I get to work on myself. It is a privilege that I get to expand and grow, right? So that's kind of what it feels like you guys are integrating here. And you have Justice, right? Which is also that Libra energy. So there's a lot of Libra. There's a lot of that balancing the scales, right? It's not saying that you have to always be in that happy, optimistic kind of mood. It's just kind of like you need to tip them a little bit more to bring it into balance. Okay, it's like that integration. It's not just the logical knowledge of this stuff, it's also the emotional and physical practice. Emotional is important here too, because emotions are a great key to our subconscious mind. Okay, so they're one of the keys to certain parts of our subconscious mind. So integration is important, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Okay, all right, group 3, that was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. I'd also love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. I hope that maybe I hope this wasn't too harsh for you. And I hope you guys understand, you know, where I'm coming from when I'm giving you guys this channeled guidance. Also, if you guys did enjoy this video and if you're interested in seeing other videos that I've posted, you can either check them out on the channel. Also, if you're up for it, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel so you could be notified when I post new videos. And also it'll just help to support the channel too, but of course that is totally optional. And if you guys are interested in a personal private reading or a custom crystal bracelet or a custom affirmation song, you can reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website, my email. They're all in the description box below. Also, if you guys want to say hi to me on social media, I do have my Instagram in the description box below as well. But that was it for your reading, group 3. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and I hope oh, I can speak. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye, group 3. Hey, group 4, this is your group if you guys chose this infinite limitless card. Okay, I'm gonna set this card to the side and I'm gonna ring the singing bowl for you. Ooh, that was too quiet. One more. Oh, it's not even, come on, I believe in you, I have faith. There we go. Okay, also I wanted to point out for you guys too that while I was shuffling your cards, the song from Pocahontas 2 is like playing in my head. I think it's called Where Do I Go From Here? I think like those are the words that were playing in my head, so I think that's what it's called, and it's from Pocahontas 2. But yeah, okay, let's just get right into your reading. So it was like the question. Oh, actually, also before we even begin, so the question is, why did this happen or whatever, right? But before, when I was shuffling for the group selection, you guys actually had 2 cards come out. So I put them back and reshuffled, and they kept appearing, especially Personal Power with 9 to 3 kept appearing, and it even ended up on the bottom of the deck. So I was like, okay, I need to keep this on the bottom of the deck so I can show group 4. Also, Forgiveness was the other card, 13 to 4 that came out, Personal Power, and something that came out once before was 5 to 2, Sexual Energy for you guys too, but especially Personal Power. And then Limitless came, like it popped up, and I was wondering if it would fall out because of all the stuff that was coming out for you guys. A lot of cards fell out. So, and it did. And I was like, of course it did. But yes, let's get into, and it's funny how we've got Limitless here and like Personal Power and all this stuff, and the song that's playing in my head is Where Do I Go From Here? It's almost like you guys have this infinite potential. Speaking of infinite potential, look at the first card, you guys, the Magician. Okay, so ooh, I just got chills. Ooh, okay, the Magician, the 2 of Pentacles, the Star. I mean, come on. Okay, the 3 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. How beautiful. The 4 of Pentacles. Sorry, the 4. I mean the Queen. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh, and the Magician again. This is so fascinating. This Magician card is fascinating to me. I actually really love this deck. I think it's beautiful. It's the Eastern Ink Tarot, I think. It's a Chinese tarot based on, I believe, Chinese lore. And then you have Justice. It's funny, from this deck you guys got 2 major arcana cards. And then of the 4 cards here, you have 2 major arcana. Ooh, another major arcana. Look at that. The Star again. Why, hello again. The Child of Swords, which is the Child of Swords. This is the Child of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. The Chariot, another major arcana. And guess what, y'all? You have the Chariot on the bottom of the deck for this one too. Then you have Temperance, another major arcana. I mean, I'm not surprised, but we'll get into it. We have Zebra, Crow, By the Book. Let me shift it all down for a moment. And you also have the 7th house, partnerships, balance, one-on-one relationships. Okay. And by the way, bottom of the deck energy, you guys have Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. I'm not showing you all the bottoms, but you also have the Sea Serpent, which is Sacral Chakra. And underneath that, you have the Heart Chakra. Like, come on, totes cute. I guess I'll show you all of them. You have Deep Knowing. I mean, I'm halfway through. We have the 10 of Wands and Capricorn with Disciplined, Tenacious, Resilient. Okay. Give me a moment, you guys, just to pick up what I am picking up. So with the 2 of Pentacles, totally giving off the vibe that I was mentioning with the whole Where Do I Go From Here song playing. It's kind of like when somebody has limitless potential, you're like, where do I start first? Or what do I go for? What do I, you know what I mean? Like, I understand. It's kind of like if someone was like, well, they're saying like, oh, I love music and I love acting and I love painting and I love writing and all of this stuff, and I just don't know which direction to head in for my career, you know? And then the universe is like, well, you in particular have infinite, everyone has infinite possibilities, but especially you in this lifetime, it is infinite, you know? And you're just like, that doesn't help me at all. Like, which direction should I choose? And they're like, whatever direction you want. And you're like, but I like all of them. Well, choose one. And you're like, but which one? You can always take another one, so just choose one. And you're like, but which one will get me to where I need to get to the next? Oh, it's a whole thing. So basically, wow, y'all, this is I don't know what, this is the weirdest cravings. What the heck? In another reading, I picked up a sandwich with like a whole sandwich smell, but now I'm just smelling mayonnaise on white bread. What is going on? Am I hungry? I don't understand. Why am I smelling mayonnaise? It's specifically mayonnaise. But yes, like this Two of Pentacles feels like that is what this is. But the whole, oh, I gotta remind myself the point of your reading. I feel like you guys are gonna be a group that kind of steers off the point of the reading, and it's just gonna be a message for you guys. But let's see. Why did this happen? Yeah, forget the context of the question that is meant to be the thing for this reading. Like, forget that. For you guys, it's genuinely just gonna be just a reading. You guys are getting just a reading. That's what it feels like for you. So let me hype you up, okay? Yeah, you guys have limitless potential. You have literally so many major arcana cards down here. These two cards, the only two cards from this deck, major arcana. Same thing here, major arcana, the only two cards of the deck. Then you have two major arcana here as well. And then here, and then you have a major arcana, one of the two, you know, I'm like half, full, none. Well, this one doesn't have major arcana, but still, you have the Star twice. You have the Magician twice, you guys, and you have Justice, which is funny because you also have the 7th house, right, which is that balance, and you have Chariot, technically kind of twice. Oh, and then Temperance, which is also balance, and the 2 of Pentacles, which is also balance. What the heck? So much balance. And the infinity, right, is also balance. It's like both sides, right? 1 and 2, balance, the perfect balance. So that is so fascinating. Okay, give me a moment, another moment. But yeah, okay, you guys have a very big purpose in this life. You have a larger than life energy and presence and what you're meant to accomplish in this lifetime. And honestly, you guys are so powerful, okay? I'm getting a little bit of Gemini energy here, which is like Mercury energy. So I feel like even with this Justice and being shown the sword, be careful of the words that you guys choose, because your words create, okay? Everybody's words create, but for you guys especially, like, your words are powerful. So be mindful of the words that you are choosing. Are you continuing to say like, oh, this is happening, and it's a negative thing? Well, instead of saying this is happening, it's kind of like shift the focus or like redirect your words to kind of end it. It's a final, you know, like if you're talking about somebody affecting your energy, then you'll be like, well, they have no power over me, you know, something along those lines, as opposed to like, oh, they're trying to affect the energy. You know what I mean? Like it feels like there's being a lot of, like, it's being shown to kind of put your attention to that, because you do have swords coming through here. So your words, like Mercury energy, is coming through pretty strong here. Also, the fact that you guys had sexual energy, or what is it, sexual energy kind of come up too, and personal. Oh, speaking of, you know, being larger than life presence, you also have personal power, right? This is literally like the Magician is a master manifester. Remember how I said your words are extra powerful? You guys literally create like this, you know? And whatever you do, it's like it takes the future. Oh, let me gather my words. It's like whatever you do or whatever you say or whatever direction you choose, it's going to be blessed. So it almost feels like they're giving you this advice of like, try not to, like really don't stress it. Don't sweat it. What do you feel called to the most in the moment? What do you enjoy doing the most in the moment? That's the thing you enjoy doing. So do that. That's okay. Focus on that. You can add the other stuff later. You know, don't try doing everything all at once. Just focus on the thing that you enjoy the most. And it'll start getting better from there. And once you create a routine, you can add an extra thing and then an extra thing, you know? So, but I feel like you guys are also kind of aware of this. Maybe some of you just needed that reminder and you'll be like, okay, fine. I know, I'll do it, you know? You guys probably have more than one group. There's a chance because, well, because this group is not even technically following the reading. So of course you're not, because you're limitless. You guys chose the infinite potential. But again, balance seems to be very big here. So I feel like you guys have really worked on kind of mastering or overcoming shadow aspects so that they do not control you. This star card is very light. This star card is very dark. This is like dark at night, right? So this is more closed in by trees. This is more out in the open in a field. You see, let me just give you I don't know if you can see it from down there, but there you go. So it kind of feels like it's like those shadow aspects, right? The light and the dark that lives within us, that ultimate balance. Even here you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is also, 6 is a number of balance, okay? And by the book, yes, exactly. Like I feel like whatever direction you guys choose is the way that you're meant to be going. Even if you have a little bit of a kerfluffle, you know, a little bit of a full stop, don't worry, because this is the direction you're meant to be going in. Sometimes you're put in a place where you need to pause, but you guys, your presence, your energy, and your essence, literally larger than life. Even if I wasn't looking at this limitless card, just the cards that you guys have here, the major arcana cards that come out, it's like you guys are meant to be doing so much more with your life, and I feel like whatever it is that you're going to be doing is going to be incorporating people on some level. Like it is about that self-care. Like this feels like a lot of self-care for you, but at the same time it's like on some level whatever it is that you're doing is helping people, maybe even just by you existing, because like I said, your energy is very powerful. It's very tapped in to God energy. Okay, so it's like everyone has that channel, but some people are a little bit more tuned in, right? Like say for example, we're all born with one advantage in life, right? And in life, most people's goal, or not consciously, but you know, kind of like universally or whatever, is to kind of come back to this mindset or this connection to that source energy through that unconditional love of God or whatever, right? In the physical reincarnation. And some people, they're maybe born with being able to make money as like their advantage in this lifetime, or like making, or being able to kind of go for what they want or whatever. Whereas for you guys, your advantage is that you have this natural connection to source. You were just tapped in, okay? You were born tapped in. Everyone is born tapped in. Okay, this is a great example. It came to me once and I was like, this is such a, get ready, okay? It's a bit of a winded one. But everyone is born tapped in, right? It's like everyone is born with a closet, a broom cupboard in... like a spiritual broom cupboard, okay? That holds God's unconditional love energy, which is our connection to source within it, okay? But most people have that broom cupboard closed and the lights off and it's dusty and it collects dust and they focus on the other areas of the house, okay? Whereas you guys, you may have been like, well, everybody else has, maybe when you were younger, like everybody else seems to have, not even in a jealous way, but just kind of like other people have advantages in the more practical, like in the living room, in the dining room, rooms that seem more important, right? But all you have is a closet, you know, that's in order. But like your closet, the fact that you were born with this broom cupboard in order, what it is, it's like most people, like I said, they have the cobwebs, dark, doors closed, it's a mess, right? But you guys, you were born with the light on in there and with it being in order. Okay, so it's easy for you to just open the door and it's like refreshing and it just can expand and whatever, right? Whereas most people would actually have to put it, even though they may have the skill of mastering a living room, they would still have to open that broom cupboard and clean it up before it can get to the place where your broom cupboard is. And the broom cupboard is the connection to source. So ultimately, when you're cleaning house, once you finally clean the broom cupboard, it's like everything, like, you know, most people turn to that last. But the house is not fully complete or cleaned until that's addressed or done. You know what I mean? So it's like you have the most tedious or more difficult thing to accomplish or achieve kind of done, which is that connection to source, that true, pure connection to source, which is also why your energy, that was kind of a weird example or a description, but that's also why your energy is so powerful and so prominent. And yeah, is because of that. It's because of this like, I feel like you guys are a peace bringer of God, okay? Like you are a gift. You are just a gift onto this world. Your existence is a gift. So that's why in this lifetime you get to choose how you want to live it, because you just being here is a gift. You serve your purpose. That's why I was saying it's like this. At first I was going to start saying it's like you guys are naturally kind of, whatever it is that you're doing has other people involved, and there's like this caretaking, like you guys are like the group leader or something, but it's not even a leader. It's just kind of like the person on top, and people come to you and you give them the embrace or whatever. But then once I started talking about it, it kind of felt like, well, this is also you just comforting yourself. And again, it's like you just have to be you and to follow the things that make you happy, and you are already serving God's purpose by existing, because you embody that divine energy, that divine unconditional love that some people have to cultivate. But for you, you've cultivated it in other lives. So in this lifetime, it's like people are just like, wow, you have such a beautiful presence or essence or whatever, energy, you know, you've got such good vibes. And it's like, well, anyone can accomplish this if they had that, if they were tapped into that source energy. But it is your gift. It is your blessing that you just naturally have it engraved. Like you have worked in other lives in service to, I mean, I know we all work in service to divine. We are all God and God is us, right? God is everything technically. And this is all just like what's it called? Like a playground. It literally is, you know, it's like God interacting with itself, like playing pretend, right? Okay. Just playing pretend to kind of gauge different things. But all this aside, it's like you usher in, I don't even remember what I was saying initially, but yeah, you guys usher in the essence of God, of divinity. And by the book, again, it's like telling me that things are going exactly how they're meant to be going. You guys are a justice bringer as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have, like when I roll the dice for you guys, Libra or something along those lines, like the number 11 or the number 8 coming through. Yeah. You guys are always going to stand out in this lifetime as well. Like even on off days, I feel like you guys are always going to stand out. It's like you guys are so powerful. Your energy is so potent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, even with these, with the steam, if you break it up, there's 11 of them. Yeah, this one, you can't tell if it's a whole one or not. 11 to 12. All spiritual numbers. So again, it's like, this is that high spirit. You guys have a very high spiritual energy, just kind of engraved. That divine essence engraved in you. Like even here in this magician card, right? You can see like it's in the groin of the, place of creation, it's just kind of like engraved. I feel like this is what they're saying. It's like you've been birthed from the womb of divine, and that nature is engraved within you. Like you give birth to that kind of stuff too. Not necessarily actually like giving birth, but you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are the essence of unconditional love. You are the essence of God's unconditional love, and you, whichever direction you choose to go in, it's like your path will be blessed as long as you follow joy, happiness, and you stay in that gratitude and in that divine energy. And if you forget, like I feel like the hardest times for you would be in the times when you kind of forget that you are this unconditional love of God. Because once you guys remember, it's like you guys are back on track again. Okay, so yeah, wow, it's pretty incredible, y'all. Pretty incredible. So you have the number 3, Libra. There it is. I told you, like, Libra is probably going to come out. You have 5 and the moon. Let me see what I'm picking up with those very quickly. So Libra, again, it's like that balance, the scales, the temperance, justice, 7th house, Libra. I mean, just beautiful. But again, it's like that ultimate, I think it's that ultimate balance that we talked about. Then we have 5 and 3, by the way, adds up to 8. So I didn't add up the other numbers, but for some reason this was really talking to me. 35 is 8. So it's like those different components. Remember I was mentioning Mercury, so the 3 is kind of giving that vibe too, like 3rd house Mercury, communication. And then the 5 is giving like innovative change, so unique communication that is innovative and inspired by dreams or hopes, because we've got the moon, or the things that you desire. And yeah, and like that is just kind of the way that you're meant to kind of go with the flow. Even here I'm seeing like friendships. Like I feel like you guys are destined to meet some really close, good friends and soul family coming through. Like you're meant to have people that you can truly celebrate your life with coming in as well. Yeah, that was your reading, group 3. I mean, group 3. I meant group 4. Sorry, but maybe for some people you guys, I mean, group 3 is quite different, but maybe some of you guys needed, I don't know. You do with that what you will, with that verbal slip as you will. But yeah, group 4, that was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. I'd also love to hear from you guys in the comments. Sorry that it was not on theme, but you know, these readings be taking a life of their own. God speaks the way God speaks, so that just be it. But yeah, I would appreciate if you guys left a comment in the description box below, though, if you guys did end up going with another group as well. Like, did you have 2 groups, or just in general? I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, only if you're up for it, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel out, and you'd also be notified whenever I post a new video as well. And if you guys are interested in a personal private reading, custom crystal bracelets, or a custom affirmation song, you can reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website or through my email, all in the description box below. Also, if you're interested in looking at some example photos of the bracelets, also they're on my website under bracelets, I think that's what the category is called. I designed the website, but I don't remember what it's called. Also, I'll be adding a services page to my website soon, so you can look out for that if you're interested. But yeah, and also if you guys want to say hi to me on Instagram, feel free to. It's just NutAeum, also in the description box below. Yeah, that was it for today, group 4. I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, thank you for joining me on this reading, on this journey. Thank you for being here, and I wish you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, group 4.